Welcome, welcome, welcome. It is Saturday morning, so you know it's time for another live edition of The Extra Point. Pure Culture in the house. First Lady of Sports, Tasha T. Sizzle, with some very big letters on her shirt. I wonder why they're so big. Oh, it's too early.
Well,
In the house. Tasha T. Sizzle, how are you doing this morning?
I'm doing good, but you know what?
What?
I didn't realize that my next trip was so close to the one that I just booked. And I just so happened to look on the calendar when you send me a text message. And I'm thinking it was next week, not like this week coming up.
Play around. Play around if you want to. Play around.
I'm just saying, I just like when I travel, I don't like to bring dirty clothes back. So I always wash my clothes before I bring them back. And everything is neatly packed in a packing cube because it's easier to pack and unpack that way. So as I'm pulling out the packing cubes after you send me the message, I said, damn, I got to put something right back in this hole.
You sure do.
Like literally. So now my empty suitcase is sitting wide open, like you said, antenna legs. Waiting.
I got a washer. I got a dryer.
I know that.
Laundry detergent.
And don't I always utilize your facilities?
You do, but the best utilization of the facilities was that kitchen right over yonder. When I had some sauteed bell peppers, I had some French toast from scratch. I had some salmon. I had some swordfish, y'all. It was like this.
I cooked my boy some swordfish, y'all.
Look.
Thanks to Esmeralda. Wasn't that her name? What was her name at the HEB? At the head.
It was all showing you love. I was telling one of my homeboys yesterday, I was like, I'm in countdown mode because last time I was like down on my knees begging you, please don't go. That kitchen, I missed it. I missed it. Y'all, I know y'all only see her talk about sports, but she can throw down in that damn kitchen. And the first place we're going is the best three letters in the land. HEB.
A to the E to the B.
That's what we're going. Now, Tasha, before we get started, and we got a lot to get to, did my eyes deceive me, or did I see your ass ziplining the other day?
Oh, yeah. I went ziplining through the Serengeti.
How was that? Was it fun? Was you scared?
Oh, my God. It was. The thing about ziplining is, of course, you know you're going down. Ba-doom-tis.
Right. But I was going to just let that ride.
We had to climb up the side of the mountain basically in order to zip line down. But as we were walking, the water said it had alligators in it. And we're looking at the guy and I'm like, wait a minute, where are these alligators at? He was like, oh, it just comes out when it's mating season. But other than that, you don't have to worry about it. And as soon as we see these alligator eyes raise up out of the water. I'm like, if you don't hurry up with these fucking safety instructions so we can get up this mountain and get away from this here lake. But it was so much fun. I was nervous, even though I'm not a person that's generally afraid of heights. Just the fact of you getting on that zip line and what if the damn line happened to snap when your ass is on it, you know? Right. But like I said, after that first one, when I first took off, I was just like, oh, and I'm looking around and I'm looking down. I'm like, okay, this is gravy. Like it was so much fun.
I had a huge dose of FOMO watching that. Like, damn, like that's right up my alley doing stuff like that. Like,
I know seeing how somebody jumped out of a plane, and I told them I wanted to jump out of a plane, and they went along with a certain somebody else, and they don't never do shit with me, y'all. See how they do me? They don't never do shit with me.
We are going to be on Amazing Race, and we're gonna win that mug. I'm speaking it into existence. We're going to win season 56 of Amazing Race. All right, now on to some sports. Tasha, we're going to kick off today's show in our own stomping grounds of Nashville, Tennessee, where Titans rookie quarterback Cam Ward went viral following his embarrassing loss to the Houston Texans, a 26-0 shutout blowout. And I think I'm going to use his words verbatim. He said, if we're keeping it a buck right now, we ass. We ASS. All right? Now, you know it didn't take long for the national media to pick that up. Pundits all over the nation chiming in. Some were totally with what he said. Some people said he shouldn't have said that. Tasha, this is my first chance to talk to you on wax about this. Where do you land on this? You like what Cam Ward said, huh?
Of course. I think it needs to be said because what did I tell you? Obviously, what the fuck they're saying in practice and behind closed doors ain't working. Maybe by him coming out and putting not only his team, but himself, because he said it later. He's like, I'm ass too.
Mm-hmm.
And when they asked him whatever, he said ass, describing himself. He's putting it out there, letting the world know, hey, y'all, we ass, we know we ass, and I'm putting this on my teammates as well as myself. Are we gonna continue to be ass, or are we gonna come in the open ass with leftover tissue in the ass crack?
See, y'all, this is why I thought about Tasha T. Sizzle. I watched this live. Like, y'all know I get all the alerts for the Titans. So I was watching the post-game presser, and I'm watching on YouTube, and I see Cam Ward come up there, and he says this. And I said in my Tasha voice, you left out the open.
Open. Open ass.
Tasha, I got a problem with him saying this publicly. I got a problem.
Why?
Look, and the thing is, it's not in disagreement of what you're saying, because you're right. But here's my thing, Tasha. That's the equivalent of him having a car detail shop. And when I pull up for my appointment, he looks in the car and says, damn, man, your car dirty. I'm like, I know, that's why I'm here. Like, Cam, you the number one overall pick. You're not going to get drafted by the Chiefs or the Eagles or the Ravens. You're going to go to the worst team in the league, and you told us, don't trade this pick away. I got you. Take me number one, and I'm going to get you to the promised land. If the daddy crying, what the baby going to do, Tasha?
Again, it needed to be said. And that's the problem. Everybody wants to keep stuff under cover, under wraps.
Yeah.
Let us know what's going on. I'm glad because it needed to be said. It needed to be put out front. Like I said, whatever they're saying behind closed doors in those quarterback rooms, in those wide receiver rooms, in the O-line room, the D-line room, it ain't working. It ain't working, boss. They quit working.
It ain't working, boss.
It ain't working, boss. So what he is doing as a leader, which I applaud, is putting it out there to spark some sort of flame under his team. Like I said, y'all gonna fuck around and lose Jeffrey Simmons. That's the only spark of something that you guys have is Jeffrey Simmons.
And Jeffrey Simmons, that's a great point, Tasha. A great segue, because Jeffrey Simmons is one of the main reasons why I say that isn't accurate for Cam Ward to say that, and he shouldn't have said it. Because Jeffrey Simmons, right now, to Tasha's point, is playing at an all-pro level. He is the most disruptive and ferocious interior defensive lineman in the NFL right now. Name another name, put his stats and his impact to tape on.
But one player standing out don't make a team. He's putting up all these numbers and they still ass.
Right, but the thing is, who didn't know that? Like Cam, wasn't you the one that said you had a top 5 receiving core? And we kind of laughed about it in the preseason. Like, I mean, he said that. Now, here come the Goon Squad. Now, good morning, Uncle Steve, Brother Steve. He said they've been asked since they got rid of Steve. Come to grips with it, P. We was in the AFC Championship game in 2019. Don't do that, Steve. Don't.
And y'all was ass then, because look, y'all had an asshole, an open asshole, stinking asshole in charge of leading the offense, and we saw what he did.
Who you talking about? Ron Tannehill? Okay. I want you to bookmark that. Ladies and gentlemen, stick around here for about at least stick around for the whole show. But stick around for the next 10, 15 minutes, because I want to address what she just said about one Ryan Tannehill. Tasha, you coming out and saying we ass now, you ain't going to be able to get away from this. Tasha, how many games do you see the Titans winning after what you saw the first 4 weeks?
What's the rest of their record look? I mean, the schedule.
There are a couple of games that they got coming up that maybe they may have a chance of winning. They got New Orleans on the schedule. They got Cleveland on the schedule. They got the Patriots on the schedule. They play the Raiders, and then they play the Cardinals this week. I said 0-17. Can I be on record and said I said 0-17 before the season started?
You can, but I don't see. Not you comparing yourselves to the Lions.
You don't see it that bad? Is it because of Cam?
I think because of Cam and him wanting to be a real leader. They've never really had that, like Langston just said. Since Steve left, you didn't have a leader that was going to be out there saying anything. I mean, this is something I could see Steve McNair saying. Steve would have said, hey, y'all, we ass. He would have.
No, Steve would have went out and got some ass. He wouldn't have called the team ass.
He would have said, we ass. He would have flashed that $1 million smile with his mink jacket on like he used to wear. And the media would have ate it up. They would have laughed right along with him because it was Steve.
Well,
but I mean,
Steve ain't going to be on no 0-14.
I applaud. I mean, did I say like I mean Steve? I applaud him for saying it. It needed to be said in public again because what they're saying behind closed doors is not working.
Well, how does that help the team though?
Because it's like, damn, this motherfucker done put us on blast. We're gonna have to show up. Sometimes all it takes is somebody saying something to you because you can get out there and know inside yourself that you ass or you playing bad or your team is bad, your organization is bad. But until someone says it in your face and puts it out there, sometimes it doesn't resonate. Sometimes you need somebody to say something to make you go out there and prove them wrong. So basically, that's what I think he was doing. We get ready to go out here, what you're saying. Prove us wrong.
Challenging.
We got to prove ourselves wrong.
Good morning, AP Culture. Good morning, Farrah Fawcett in the house. Good morning, Cousin Wayne. He says Amy must sell the team. She has no clue. Her decision-making in the last 6 years has been horrendous. Like, absolutely horrendous. And unlike Jerry Jones, who y'all give a lot of smoke to, she doesn't have any skins on the wall to point to when people question her decision-making. She's being emotional. I'm not going to say she's being an emotional woman, but she's firing these men left and right like she went through their phone and saw some text messages that she didn't like. So I don't know. But Tasha, let me ask you this. Now, good morning from Houston, Melanie Taylor. Let me ask you this. Cam Ward, right now, as we speak, is dead last among NFL starters in completion percentage. He is on a historically bad pace after 4 games as far as QBR. His QBR is 23. Excuse me. And if you watch the games, it looks like he's regressed each week since week 1, which tells me that these defensive coordinators are getting film on him and he's not being able to adjust. Does saying we ass in front of the national media put more pressure on himself to play better?
Yeah, because he called out himself as well. I don't think he's ever shied away from that pressure and from that. I don't think he ever did. And that's the point. Like when he went up there saying all he said about, when they was asking about Warren Moon and all this and all of that. Cam has never been someone that bit his tongue. I mean, keep talking. I got to let big boy out.
AP Coulter, I am right there with you. She says, I know when I suck. I don't need any public verbal help. That's kind of where I am. Like the least kept secret in the NFL was the fact that the Titans were bad.
No, again, you can know you suck. You're not doing anything about it, but when somebody airs your dirty laundry and puts it out there, you're going to try harder to prove them wrong. And that's why I'm glad he did it. I'm tired of this. Oh, people want to keep their mouth closed and you can't say what you want to say. Like didn't nobody say nothing about Rex Ryan talking wet about Shedeur? Nobody in that ESPN studio said anything about when he was talking wet about Shedeur. I'm all for people saying what is on their mind in a certain capacity. Like,
well, Mama Shedeur had something to say about Rex Ryan's comments. She, excuse me, y'all, dry ass sausage.
Well, when you eating Tootsie Rolls and calling them sausage, that's what you get.
No, I was rushing, y'all. This shit caught on my throat.
Oh, how I love you,
y'all. If I croak over right now, Mama, come get my PS5 and give it to Carter.
Tootsie Rolls, I'm in love with you.
I agree. Stop it. Now, Wayne brings up an interesting point. He says Cam is letting the public know the team doesn't believe in the coach. I think that's more valid than anything else. You think that this was a public shot at the coach?
It's both. Everyone is saying how the coach is horrible. I don't know any of his coaching schemes. I don't even know who's on his staff.
Right.
If that tells you anything. I don't even know what his kid came from. But I think it was a call out to both. He's saying, hey, guys, I'm putting this out here in the media. We asked, what are we going to do about it? Are we going to continue to play like ass, or are we going to close our ass up? We're going to wipe and get all the tissue out and close it up and put our underwear on.
I would have loved for him to add that quote to the end. And in fairness, that was an unfair clip to go viral because it was taken out of context in the totality of what he said. He did take ownership about his play first. And then he said, hey, to just keep it a buck, we ass, which is to say we're ass right now. I would have loved to hear him say, now the question is, what are we going to do about it? I would have loved to. I think if he says that.
But then he would have went along with that same PC statement that we get from every fucking player. We just got to play better. We know that. But he doesn't. By him saying we ass, that was his.
Don't we know that though?
that was his harshest way of saying we got to play better. I'm so tired of when they say, oh, we lost again. Oh, we got to play better. Duh, we know you got to play better. By him saying ass, that made it say, look, I'm not.
Don't you come on here starting no mess this morning. Good ass morning.
I'm not getting ready.
Look at her ass. We just saw a kitty ass.
Say hi, Pepe.
She said, you said ass. I mean, come on now. I'm going back to what AP Coulter said. I know when I suck. I don't need you going out telling people that.
But no, I get that. But what he's trying to do, which is what I keep trying to tell you, what they're saying to get the team going behind closed doors is not working.
Okay, so
that's
let me ask you.
And I believe that's why he said what he said. I'm gonna tell everybody. We already know we ass. Y'all, we ass. We're gonna do something about this. You don't have to. It's not about somebody saying they suck. Because anybody gonna suck and take that paycheck. But they gonna get that check. Like, look at your boy AJ Brown out here complaining about numbers. Nigga, I mean, boys, you winning?
Now, you know, to Sad Ocho Cinco's point, they don't count wins and losses for wide receivers when it comes time to renegotiate your contract. But we'll get there.
But it's like when you got all these groups, everybody want to go solo. Sometimes you don't need to go solo. Can you imagine how much further SWV would have gone had Coco said she didn't want to go solo? I mean, look at even New Edition. Ralph had some hits. We know Johnny was the most successful. BBD had hits. But Ralph only had 2 songs that we really know. Had they stayed together and they still out here touring and making this money? Come on. That's the thing. Everybody wants the limelight and don't want to just take advantage of what's being offered to them. And that's why he needed to say that. Because if you're going to pay me $12 million a year and I'm terrible, I'm still gonna get my check, and I already know we ain't got no hope and no chance to get to the Super Bowl, to get to the playoffs. I'm still gonna do what I do, not get hurt and take my paycheck. But if someone publicly puts you on blast, publicly, it's gonna make you either fold or rise to the top.
Okay, well, what if they're just not okay? That's, man, you've given me so much stuff to now. AP Coulter says I disagree. It just might get the QB sacked a few more times. Y'all remember Any Given Sunday when Willie Beeman was out there playing in the rain and he had talked about he does it all by himself without his offensive line and he has invisible
Cam
juice.
didn't say that.
I know he didn't, but I'm saying these players are human. And let me give you a scenario, Tasha. Let's say if it was Jeffrey Simmons on the podium after the game and not Cam, and Jeffrey Simmons said, look, I'm having a career year. The defense held them to 6 points. The defense is getting off the field. Cam and offense is ass. Would that be a problem even though it was the truth?
Because he pinpointed a certain group.
Okay. So you're saying since he said we is in totality.
Right. He said we ass, and then he also said himself was ass. Okay, so that's fair enough. That's fair enough. The entire team accountable for their lackluster play.
That's fair enough. That's fair enough. We just wanted to get clarification because everybody hadn't been following the Titans like I have. Steve says, like T said, it's never worked for years. The fans should want to win more than settle for mediocrity. Steve, aren't you a Cowboys fan? Aren't you a Cowboys fan, Steve? How long have the Cowboys been mediocre? How long are we going to hold on to that 1990-5 Super Bowl? Cam needs a damn O-line, period. Make them accountable like they would if Cam was Brady or Manning. Well, here's the problem with the O-line situation. 3 straight years under John Robinson, they whiffed on offensive linemen. They whiffed. And so now you have to go into free agency and overpay. Let me just paint y'all a quick scenario. So because they missed on 3 straight offensive linemen, basically with high picks, first and second round picks, they had to take Peter Skoronski at number 11 when Jackson Smith and Jigma was on the board. If you hadn't whiffed on those 3, you could have had that piece. They had to take J.C. Latham at number 7 2 years ago when Brock Bowers was sitting right there. Tasha, you got him on your fantasy team. He's eating, ain't he?
I got Brock Bowers on my fantasy team.
Damn. Yes, you do. He's one of the best tight ends in the NFL right now.
Oh, yeah, because, who were they playing? The Commanders. And I was like, I think I was playing you. And I was like, if I get these 2 points
you
out
were
of him,
playing me, damn it. That's how I know Brock Bowers cooked that day.
I was like, if I get these 2 points out of him, I win. And I think he ended up getting me 12 that night.
He's got next. He's got next. He's one of the bright young players. So when you whiff on those players and then you have to overplay or redraft instead of building pieces around, that's how a team can start to tailspin. But you're right, Steve. All of y'all are right. Denise says, "Hey, Kat." He says 5 Lombardis deep. No, come on, man. The last time, Tasha, can you address that? Because you like when I do it, you like to address me.
Steve, look, that's a sensitive subject on this here show. It's been 30 years, baby. Just like with us, y'all got to come up off that narcotic and come up with a new slogan. Because the Steelers got 6.
You counting 5? You counting 2 of them from the 70s, Steve? You count 2 of them when Florida still had the Stace off.
You know what?
Martree says Cam addressed the team issue and took accountability for his part. Farrell, don't you come in here starting nothing. Cam will never be successful in Tennessee. Get out. Oh, he'll be successful where? In Carolina?
Well, you know she's a Broncos fan, so
no, she is. But they already got their 40-year-old quarterback. They're not looking for no quarterback. My thing is, y'all. When I say y'all, I'm talking about all of y'all. Farrah, you, Tasha, all of y'all was talking about Cam Ward number one. Cam Ward number one. Come in and fix the shit, Cam. I don't want to hear about you crying about how the sausage was made.
I don't think he's crying. Hell, he out there playing with what he got. They gave him some beater. They gave him a jack in the box that when you turn and go, the top don't come open. You can wind it up.
You know what? I like that. I like that one because I am every Sunday. I'm like, oh, it's gonna pop up this week.
Shit, when it's time to pop go to Weasel, the boys is caught.
Maybe we just need Michael Irvin doing it. We're gonna get to Miami later. Y'all, thank y'all because Sundays are therapeutic for me. Like Tasha gives tough love, and I know she is some slickness and some shade behind all the stuff that she says about my teams, but. Sometimes, like Cam said, when you ask, you just need somebody to call it out. And they are
I'm speaking truths up in this piece.
So, dude, Farrah, don't start nothing because remember, you got a chat on your show that's coming up right after this one, by the way. Make sure y'all check out our take. You got a chat too, and I can get in that. I'm going to let my fingers do the walking. She says, can we get Amy a fantasy team? No, I'd rather you do a tip drill. You do pretty good in fantasy. Where's Mr. Penn State today? Wayne. Remember when he said Penn State was going to be number 1? Wayne wasn't buying that from the jump. Mike on line 1. Mike, you on line 1.
Put it up. I was kind of like,
Yeah. No, we both was like, remember that meme of that Muppet looking side eye? Like, you know which one I'm talking about, don't you?
With the blue shirt.
Yeah, we were both like,
he'd be like,
the dude with the solo cup. Mike, that was a cold take, my brother. I love you, bro, but that was a cold take. Farrah says they will never get him what he needs. Just pray he don't get hurt before rookie contract is up. Well, let us pray. And we gonna bounce back. Hell, we had you on the ropes, Farrah. Remember when you was clutching them ports in the garage because the Titans was on that ass?
I wouldn't know because I wasn't there.
You will be here. Y'all won't be there. All right.
Be there.
You got to win something to talk shit about any team. Let me and T discuss trophies while you eat a cough drop. Okay, so the statute of limitations has expired on that championship shit. Come on, Langston, can we? You've been holding on to that. You've been right. I do need a cough drop. You've been holding on. She said, "Come on with it. I'm gonna be there." But Steve, this is the only thing you Cowboys fans have to hide behind, and I'm saying you now because now you done came after my Titans. The Titans got more playoff wins since they've been in Nashville than the Cowboys. I've went to every Titans game where they come into Dallas to play. Titans have never lost a game here.
Not you up here cutting off your nose to spite your face and going against your beloved Cowboys.
They are my beloved Cowboys, but you don't hear me talking about no 5 championships in the chat, do you, Tasha?
I mean, because you always get talked down when.
No, don't throw that in there because I can talk about your 49ers. Y'all dropped longer than ours. She said, "Come with it." I'm gonna be there.
But I don't bring that up, and like I always say, we have more prominence years later than y'all have. We have more.
That's true. That is not to be questioned. And we're gonna bring up San Francisco because I got to give them their flowers today. Is it the players underperforming, or the coaching with the Titans? Yes.
D, all of the above.
Yes. Yes. Which leads me to my final question on this, Tasha, and we're gonna move on. Does we ask put more pressure on Cam to play better right now?
It puts more pressure on the entire team.
So what happens if they lose the next 4 games?
I mean, I'm not going to say, oh, he's just a shining star, but Cam does not look as bad as you think he would, given what he has. Now, he has thrown some interceptions. He's taken some sacks. Can't count the sacks against him, even though he has the scrambling ability. Even though you got that scrambling ability, when that line is coming in on you, sometimes you can't do nothing but ball up and just take that sack. But Cam is not playing, despite
he's bad right now.
He doesn't look like open ass. That's why
No.
I see some bright spots with him, and I see him as being a good quarterback in the future. But right now, they don't have anything around him. He has no line. He has no skill position players. Only thing that's working, I mean, for a little bit, somewhat, is Jeffrey Simmons in the defense.
Yeah, and the dam is gonna break if you can't stay off the field. The offense. Wednesday, Farrah. If the Titans lose Sunday, do you see a coaching change next week? Here's the thing with that, Steve. Amy Adams-Strunk is so emotional. I don't know if she will give Mike Vrabel and his Patriots the satisfaction of coming into Nissan Stadium and they've already fired his replacement. That's where the Titans are right now. The Titans are at such a dysfunctional place right now that if you fire Mike Vrabel and then you hire his replacement and fire the replacement before Mike Vrabel even comes to town, that is a bad look. It's also a bad look for Mike Vrabel to come in there and whoop your ass, which the Patriots are going to do in 2 weeks, 3 weeks.
But what do they say?
They're fucked either way. Sorry.
They always say, like, coaches and stuff usually get fired in the bye week. When is their bye week?
Week 7. After the New England game. I'm gonna go with Tasha on that one. After they go 0-7 against New England, he'll be gone. But I think they'll wait until after the New England game. Jarrell, Solo Sports checking in, says Jaden Daniels and CJ Stroud rookie years are not the norm. Cam will be fine. I think he'll be fine long term. That's why I'm like, you ain't got to tell us to say that we asked. And last point on this. The reason why I think he said it, this is just speculation. This is just pure speculation. The reason why I think he said it when he said it was because he's from Texas. There were 1,200 people in attendance for that game in NRG Stadium last Sunday. His church, where his parents are prominent members, canceled church service on Sunday so that the entire congregation in the city could come to the game. They moved church to Wednesday, and he had 1,200 people there to watch a game that they lost 26-0. I think there was embarrassment. More than anything, I think he was embarrassed.
He been embarrassed. What are you talking about? That don't have nothing to do with the fact that the boy is finally calling out the team for what it is.
You're the leader.
He's saying what everybody's saying. What we're doing behind closed doors is not fucking working. So I'm going to come into this press conference. I'm tired of biting my tongue. I'm going to say what I need to say. And if these ninjas don't respond after this, then it's time.
Cam, let's start with this, Cam. Let's start with you completing some passes because you last in completion percentage.
Again, you keep putting it on him as if he didn't say himself.
No, but see, what I'm saying is
he's not playing good. Paul, I like what he said, and it needed to be said. That didn't need to be said behind closed doors because, again, it's not working. The shit
show us. Look, I'm just saying.
Go out here and play hard. We got to get better. Every fucking coach, every player in the history of football has said that same exact thing. Ain't nobody got up here and said we ass in public. So he's trying to let them know we ass. We need to get something done. We need to do something about it.
I think he was embarrassed. I agree with it. I do. I think he was embarrassed. But and the thing is, don't be so quick to defend. I'm just calling like you said he was calling it like it is. I'm calling it like it is. He's holding on to the ball too long. He himself admitted that he's caused a lot of his own sacks because he's not processing the defense fast enough. He is missing wide open receivers. He's going for the University of Miami plays instead of taking the check downs that's right in front of him. He totally whiffed on a pick six that got him behind. Like, he has not played great either. So I'm just saying. Now, Martrice, we're going to get through this real quick. It should light a fire under the whole organization, but I think there's no expected wins at this point anyway. My opinion as well, Trees. I totally agree with you. I got y'all stuff mailed out tomorrow since Tasha will be there. Awesome. I can't wait to rock that on the show. Cam just need to go figure out the touch issue. Right. On them seam passes, put a little touch on it. Wayne, put a little touch on it is what I'm saying. If you lose by 20 every week, you are asked. I mean, they are. But I'm just saying, Cam, play better. Control what you can control, which is hitting the wide open receivers. Stop hitting them in the ankle. All right. Now, speaking of ass, the person who should have been going up in front of the podium and saying we asked is Lamar Jackson last week. The Baltimore Ravens are now 1-3 for the first time in 10 years. They haven't had a meaningful win since I can't remember when. And now Lamar Jackson is hobbled with a bum hamstring that's going to keep him out this week against the Texans. And a running quarterback with a hamstring injury is going to be tricky. So we don't know how long he will be out in totality. Tasha, are the Ravens cooked?
I'm going to say not cooked, but that pot is boiling.
They're not cooked.
They're not cooked, but that pot is boiling. And it's about ready to drop them lobsters off in there. Them Maryland crabs, them Maryland crabs.
I like what you did there. I like what you did there. Tasha, let's just keep it. If we keep it on the buck, they ass. And we just got to call it for what it is. They ass, and Tasha, they are cooked. They are cooked like my sausages were last week. That's how cooked they are. They done medium rare. No, that's what we're not gonna do today. We're not going to be brutally honest when it comes to my Tennessee Titans and then start giving the Baltimore Ravens the benefit of the doubt. What the hell have they won in the Lamar Jackson era to give them the benefit of any doubt?
Look.
Come on, Tasha. Come on.
You know, this is the first season that I have been out on ABOB.
Really? Where's Mike to hear this?
Because ABOB just ain't been being for me. And that's from the coaching. And y'all had me getting off of one narcotic because y'all talk so bad about him. Now his team leading the division, but I'm gonna digress from that.
You're the one that said it was Rodgers. Come on, go ahead. We ain't gonna digress.
I don't know what happened to that defense, but that defense, the defense is sitting on the side of the. They sitting on the side of the thing with their feet hanging off the side of the. They feet dangling like this.
Okay, pedicure.
In that. My ball, my seat. They feet dangling off the rim of that pot to drop them crabs in it like this.
Now, Kenny says they cook like old goose, which I agree. Now,
I'm not gonna say they're cooked because their schedule gets a little bit easier for the next couple of games, enough to get them through. But without that defense playing right, look.
31st in the league in scoring, to your point.
They're gonna start slowly dropping them crabs in there. They're gonna put their top on it by week. What week is this? This is week what, 5?
This is week 5.
By week 7, the top gonna go on that pot.
Soul is keeping it 1,000. Ravens are cooked like a 2-piece with a dry Popeyes biscuit. And
first of all,
I had a Popeyes biscuit this morning.
First of all, I don't know why Popeyes keep catching the biscuit slander. I've never had a dry Popeyes biscuit. I've never and people say
Farrah, Wayne, Kenny Man, Martree, somebody help me out here. She said she's never had a dry Popeyes.
I mean, people stay in on social media talking about how Popeyes biscuits are dry. I don't experience that same dryness that others do. I'm just I mean, if you put, you just put a little honey on it.
Popeye's biscuits are drier than the ashiest heel.
Oh my God, them biscuits
On the
be
beach.
so good. They be so buttery. Oh my God.
What? Wait a minute, Denise. What?
When her was talking about that, we've never had a dry biscuit from Papa. Even when they old, you can put them in the microwave with some butter on them.
Martrice, I'm looking the same way. Like what? What? No. Pause, Jarrell. She knew exactly what she was saying. Kenny, what the heck? Those are drier than the Sahara Desert.
I have never had a dry Popeye's biscuit.
What?
I mean, my throat may be set up a little bit different than others, but.
Oh, really? Okay. All right. Right. Because you must got some extra lining going on down there to dissolve all that dry ass biscuit. Those biscuits are.
They are not dry. They are good.
Right, Steve. You might as well go out to the outside and get some sand.
Oh, that cinnamon challenge. Remember when them idiots
and swish it around in the back of your throat.
Hey, I love a Popeye's biscuit. I'm not gonna lie. And then if you put some jelly on it, oh no.
Yes, oh, no. KFC biscuits are 1,000 times better than
KFC biscuits. Is exactly what KFC is set up for. No seasoning, no flavor. It's just like dough.
He has 11 herbs and spices. You saw that meme I sent you with the Colonel. No, you sent me the one with the Colonel and that lady biting into that piece of chicken.
I don't eat.
KFC. Very satisfied.
I do not eat KFC chicken.
She says, you know what? How quickly this show dips to be. That's her fault. Talking about she's Saliva Gomez.
I need a tip drill.
Speaking of tip drill, that's her fantasy name, and she be kicking ass. Shouts out to Martrice. Tasha, let me ask you this: the Derrick Henry experience in Baltimore. Where would you grade that? Give it a letter grade.
I mean, up until these last few costly fumbles, I would have given it a 10. Okay, but so I don't know. But I don't know what's going on with the king. This is so unking. Like he's turned into the king. He ain't the king no more.
Oh no, you done left the A out of it.
He done turned back to the king. It's so unking. Like it's giving peasantry.
It is. You notice you ain't seen that crown this year, but basketball season about to start, so you know it's coming back for year 23. You know that crown coming back. She always asks for no bit. Give me your biscuit then, Martrice. Their biscuits are delicious.
Those biscuits have no flavor. It's just like baked dough, and that's
it. What about Popeyes? You can't even cut Popeyes biscuits in half. Yes, you do is dust all over your face.
You can cut it, and it'd be greasy, it'd be buttery, it'd be flake. Ooh.
Greasy and buttery? A Popeyes biscuit is what you're telling me. Greasy and buttery.
I don't know what Popeyes y'all been going to, but all of them.
Y'all stay tuned. We're going to put this out as a reel and do a public poll on our Popeyes biscuits dry. I want you to tag Snoop Dogg in that.
Because people's minds have already been tainted that a Popeyes biscuit is dry. So that's what they're going to always vote for. I've never had a dry Popeyes biscuit, and I can honestly say that. Every time I get a biscuit from there, it's usually hot and it's good.
Kenny, that's exactly where I'm going with.
That's a lie. That's a lie. He ain't never been so thin. He pretty much last season picked up where he was when he played with the Titans, when he was the king. We saw how phenomenal he was in that first season with Baltimore.
No, don't be phenomenal. Don't start trying to pump up the king. Don't do that.
No, he was phenomenal, but these drops he's been having, that is so unking-like. Like, I don't know what's going on with him.
They're phasing him out of the offense. You saw that Kansas City game. He wasn't even on the field.
Because they know he's been fumbling the ball. Just think what they getting ready to do to what's his name?
Kyron Williams
at the Rams. But you see how fast they pulled the plug on Blake Corum when he got fumbled? They didn't put him back in the game.
And he had a key drop too. That was not a good game for those running backs.
A key drop, and they didn't put him back in the game. So I'm going to see if they're going to start feeding him, Kyron Williams feeding him the ball to get his confidence back where it needs to be. But you know, Harbaugh boys are petty. Hey, we got Lamar. We don't need him running, but Lamar is out. And who's their backup quarterback? You got Cooper Rush in there. He's going to have to rely on that run game a little bit more than Lamar did.
You would think so. But here's my thing. So back to your original point about Tannehill earlier. When the King left, everybody in the chat, all of y'all, I can read y'all off by name, and especially the Pied Piper Miss Salava Gomez here said, "Oh, the king is free. He's free. Gun line boss. He looking back. He done ran across. They rooting him on. Get across that gun line. He finally out of that oppressive Tennessee Titans offense with raggedy ass Ryan Tannehill. Well, he's got a 2-time, should be 3-time MVP quarterback under center. He's got a Hall of Fame to be head coach. He's got a generational offensive line in front of him. And the Ravens ain't got no further than the Titans at their apex with Derrick Henry. So are we ready to double back and apologize to the Titans? Because it obviously wasn't them. It must be the king.
No, we ain't. We not apologize to the Titans. And the Ravens would have been there had a certain tight end not dropped the ball, and then everybody tried to put all the blame on Lamar, saying he should have threw it better. Well, it hit him right in his chest. You knew they was coming. He knew that, but I don't eat with whoremongers. Well, you knew they was coming. He knew the ball was coming to him because that was the play that was designed. And the play came, popped him right in the chest. He looked up and said, Dr. Kane.
Ravens are cooked. They're done. And it might. Last question, Tasha. If the Ravens are cooked, which let's keep it real, they cooked. Is this just a one-off, or is that window closed? This current iteration of the Ravens, is it time to blow that up and try again?
It's time to blow up that defense if that defense don't come up.
Yeah.
That defense needs to be restructured.
They're historically bad right now.
Either y'all gonna play or get out.
Right. See, it's time for John Harbaugh to take some blame for the Ravens underachieving every year.
That's what I was getting ready to say. Those Harbaugh brothers are petty, and we all know this. Now, he's not as petty as his brother, but he's petty too, to a certain extent. Like the coach,
he ain't won a big game in a long time.
Right. And like when we all were saying, stop letting Lamar run the ball. That's what you got King Henry there for. What was he still doing? Letting Lamar run the ball. Yeah, it was calling plays designed specifically for Lamar to run the ball. Well, hell, you got the King in the backfield. Why is Lamar running?
Right.
Unless necessary.
Yeah. Okay. So, and to your 49ers, to drop them in real quick, Kyle Shanahan is about to get some coaches fired. There has been and it pains me to say this, but when I'm in the booth, I got to tell the truth. No team has suffered more catastrophic injuries to key players than the San Francisco 49ers, dating back to the draft. They had players going down in OTAs. They're 4-1, leading their division and playing with. I see somebody out there named Kendrick Bourne looking like the second coming of Jerry Rice Thursday night. What is that?
Well, he came from New England, where him and Mac Jones already had some sort of rapport. So, I mean, maybe that was
Mac Jones, though. Mac Jones.
And look, y'all can keep sitting up here all y'all want talking about the 49ers should have taken Mac Jones. No, they shouldn't. Now, if you look at it, we took Trey Lance, Trey Bebe, and it didn't work out, and we gave up a lot to get him. But come on, if y'all want to sit up here and try to tell me y'all thought this what Mac Jones was going to be, y'all lying. It's like he's been in the league long enough to have learned to get his confidence. Okay, I'm going to take this a look. I'm going to keep it clean because we in the
No, you're not. We way past you keeping something clean. Go ahead.
It's like if you get you a girl and y'all see
you trying hard to clean it up too.
Yeah. And y'all see this is special. This some count right here.
Velcro.
Yeah,
glove action.
That's because she been out there getting her experience. So of course, when she time to come to you, her confidence is up. She gonna perform like she need to perform because she been through it. He's been through it. This ain't his first go round.
Did you call him a ran through quarterback?
You know what? I did not. But nobody's going to sit up here and lie to me and tell me the 49ers made a mistake by not drafting Mac Jones.
They did.
They did. I mean, but still, you don't know, given this Shanahan scheme, how do you know coming out the block that he would have adapted to this? I think he's playing and adapting well because he's had that experience. And just like Cam said, they was ass. He was ass when he was in New England.
Y'all, I want y'all to real quick, y'all. I want y'all to understand my pain right now. This is welcome to my life. I'm trying to use San Francisco to prop them up and give them a compliment as to why I'm not giving the Ravens an excuse for injuries and things of that nature because they're playing well under Shanahan. And she's arguing me down about Mac Jones. Look, this is the last time
you threw Mac Jones's name out there, so I had to clear the record as a real, true, not new, 30, 40, almost 40-year in 49er fan.
She just called Mac Jones Suge Avery. Sinners got souls too.
Sister.
Smiling like this.
I mean, but he's been through this. And
Tasha,
but this goes back to I know what your point is, but this goes back to last season. Why couldn't we play this good last season when we had all these injuries?
Because you didn't have Mac Jones.
But no, we still had our quarterback that was in. It's not
because Brock is not better than Mac Jones. That's why.
First of all, again, here y'all go talking about Mac Jones is the same. Okay, you know what?
Brock is trash.
Bench your $250 million and let's put Mac Jones out there. When we start losing, what the fuck y'all gonna say?
When he was pulling up his britches and playing injured. Y'all
not gonna sell me on Mac Jones being no kind of damn savior because he was ass coming out of Alabama. He was ass when he was with the Patriots. So don't give me that. Sit up here now. Y'all want to say he's the best thing coming out of that?
Say it to Jarrell then. Say it to Jarrell. You see what he commented? Say it to Jarrell. Don't say it to me.
Again, Jarrell, like I just said, coming from Bama, going to San Francisco, he wasn't gonna play like this. He didn't have no confidence. Being in New England and saying, okay, well, damn, I got my job picked, I got my job taken away from me by a rookie. And then they also had drafted 2 quarterbacks that year when he was still there. Remember, they took JoJo.
Yeah.
They had 2 quarterbacks in him. So he knew his confidence was shook. He gets to the 49ers where some coaches actually believe in him. Offensive-minded coaches, except for that one time when he didn't run the damn ball in that Super Bowl when he was coaching for the damn Falcons and the fucking Patriots end up winning another damn Super Bowl. But I digress. Coaching does matter, but I think with Mac Jones, it would have been time. And that would have been time that the 49ers would not have been able to have because then they would have been looking at, okay, he asked and we would have to draft another quarterback anyway. But you would have saved $250 million.
Jarrell, just go ahead and smoke your cigar in your profile picture, because we ain't never gonna get out of this thing.
You had what's his name that played at
with the pencil in his ear.
Played at UT. What's his name?
Hendon Hooker. I digress. No, Joe Milton.
No, what was the coach that got fired that played at UT? The black guy.
T. Martin. All right, we're gonna move on.
Who was the coach last year that got fired and replaced with Vrabel that played at UT? What's his name?
Oh, Gerard Mayo.
Gerard Mayo.
Oh, your ABOB is really slipping today. All right. Yeah, she's really off the ABOB, y'all. Tasha, if the Titans are ass and the Ravens are cooked, then the Dallas Cowboys are what?
The bitches. The same as usual. Ain't nothing changed, boss.
Why can't you just why you gotta emasculate them? Why can't they just be just sorry ass men? Why do they have to be another gender? And we're not gonna do no Republican talk on here, but Tasha, why can't they just be men? Why can't they? They got families.
They are what they have been since they won that last Super Bowl, since Steve wanted to throw that out there.
When was that, Tasha?
30 years, almost 31 years ago now.
Okay. So you're saying they're still bitches, is what you're saying? I
mean, they still them.
Tranika checking in saying trash. What's up with all the H's, Tranika?
I mean, they're their own adjective.
So the Cowboys are just cowboying, is what you're saying.
They just cowboying.
Torrance said, "Damn right, Torrance. Welcome to my nightmare. You try dealing with this for an hour a week, and you see how much Excedrin you take. That's why I got a crack pipe right here for after the show. Got me choking her like she's Halle Berry at the Taj Mahal.
I was prom queen.
I knew she was going to catch that reference. I knew she was going to catch that
now reference. You just a prom fiend. That was New Jack City. That wasn't Halle Berry, but still.
It was Halle Berry that he choked out.
wasn't Halle Berry. Halle Berry wasn't in New Jack City. She was with what's the name in Mama I Smoked the TV in
Yo, who was the lady that Chris Rock choked out in New Jack City? Y'all Google that.
She was in Jungle Fever with Samuel L. Jackson with Gator.
I smoked the TV, Mama. Did Jerry Jones get the last laugh over Micah last Sunday?
No.
Why not?
They didn't get a win, and their defense.
They didn't get a loss.
They didn't get the win, and their defense still suffered. And I'm not saying Micah would have made the difference, but what did I tell you guys? I was listening to Against the Grain one time, and the host, our friend Jody, was saying something about I don't think they should be paying these pass rushers.
I disagree with that, Jody.
Yeah, you do.
Yeah, I disagree with that, Jody, but not in this case.
Yeah, you do, because I think if Dak had been pressured a little bit, because I mean, you see, Micah got the game-saving sack on Dak.
Was that really a sack? That was just a tackle. He was 3 inches away from the
it
line of scrimmage.
The rules say if you behind that line of scrimmage, and
he was a nostril behind the line of scrimmage.
It don't matter how you put him down. He went down. It don't matter how. He was on that ground, and it was because Micah was rushing up off the side and got to him. And whether he did a Brett Favre, a welfare queen, and folded so Strahan could get that record. That was
coercion.
It don't matter.
Tasha.
But the Cowboys defense could have used a rusher.
Well, what could the Green Bay's defense could have used that game? Because my notes tell me they gave up 489 yards, 4 touchdowns to Dak and 40 points.
But again, we're talking about a prolific offense, even without CeeDee Lamb in there. Nobody has ever said that the offense couldn't offense. Remember, at that time when they lost, Dak was in the running for MVP of the season. You had CeeDee Lamb. You had, what's the other wide receiver that's not Pickens? Who was there last year? What's his name? Didn't he go to Tennessee?
It was Brandon Cooks.
You had Brandon
last year.
You had Brandon Cooks and CeeDee Lamb and no running back.
And no running back, yeah.
Now look at what they have. So it's no
reason. So you saying Jerry did a good job with the roster?
No. It's no reason why that offense shouldn't be putting up points.
And they are.
I'm not surprised at the way they're scoring. You look at these other teams out here. All teams are basically scoring. Nobody's defense is really deep. Well, 49ers deep. We did our thing. Shouts out to Robert. Somebody he ready to end somebody's life down in Jacksonville a couple of weeks ago.
Y'all did. Anyway, that was an amazing performance by y'all.
But if you look at the scores in some of these games, most of these games are lopsided.
Stiana, it was not a sack. It was not a sack. By the letter of the law, it was, but it was a toenail. It was a toenail.
It don't matter. He went down behind the line of scrimmage.
It really wasn't a sack. Dak was running for the touchdown. Now he did say,
but I think Micah
got the last laugh.
Micah being as petty as he is, he would have wanted to go out and play harder, because the last time they played against Green Bay, everybody was talking about the defense was ass, which they were, because I do fault them for losing that game. And I think had Micah been on that squad, he would have wanted to play a little bit harder, because, hey, last time y'all played us, we didn't do our job. So I'm finna, even though it didn't matter, it mattered in the field of public opinion.
Yeah.
The season was already over, and y'all didn't make it advance in the playoffs. Micah would have had a chip on his shoulder. And
I know is the last 2 times that Dallas and Green Bay squared off in that stadium, Michael Parsons' defense gave up 40-plus points.
Well, you didn't have Micah there, and you still gave up 40-plus points.
Right, so why pay him if we still giving up the same amount of points with or without him?
Jerry
wins, Pace,
no,
Rose.
No, Michael Parsons would have made a difference in that game, and you can argue with a wall. And I'm that wall.
How you gonna use that against me? How you gonna use argue with a wall against me? That's not love. That's not right. You don't need somebody to take your ass around this week, and all of a sudden I'm gonna have turf toe.
I don't want. I got my OU family coming in. Don't play with me. Threaten me if you want to.
I'm gonna threaten you. And I know if you've been meddling in my mailbox,
because all my mail go to you.
I know. You want that Deborah card? Don't you? Don't you? I got some cards I can go shred real quick. Here in my cabinet.
Please don't.
I won't do that.
Please
I
don't.
don't play with nobody money.
Please don't. Because I need my daddy card, Jesus.
I don't mess with nobody money. Tasha, speaking of messing with the money, the Cleveland Browns announced that they're benching 60-year-old quarterback Joe Flacco, and they're promoting rookie third-round pick Dylan Gabriel, which, okay, I get that. But then they turn around and said that Shedeur is not moving up to number 2. Flacco is going to remain number 2, and Shedeur remains number 3. Why? What are they doing in Cleveland, Tasha?
First of all, historically, we know they're a shitty franchise when it comes to quarterbacks. And then when you paid Freak Nasty that money, I knew that was the end.
Did you?
You paid him. He didn't even play that whole season. He still got that money. Then he comes out the next season when he's eligible. Don't play so well. He gets injured.
AP, you don't nuked your coffee, huh?
Then he gets hurt. And then y'all had Jameis Winston in there. Jameis didn't look so hot a few times. And then y'all go and blow the dust off of Flacco. He's sitting in his bar car lounger. Y'all knew that motherfucker was not the answer.
His check engine light was on when he signed that contract.
It was not like the fact that they had him in the category, was it for comeback player of the year or something against Geno Smith?
Yeah. When
Geno Smith was actually because he actually came back from something. If you were saying he was your starter and you demote him, most starters don't go to the end of the depth chart.
That's true. But in this case, though, Tasha, you're 1-3 and you drafted 2 rookies. Why wouldn't you want to go with the youth movement now? You normally don't see.
But you think they really thought Kenny Pickett was going to be there to outplay Flacco, and it wasn't going to even be a decision.
He did right. He said, "Sleepy Joe Heisman."
So, my question, what I asked you and Mike, I don't know if I put it in the group chat, if it was just me and you. So, what if Gabriel stinks, and you have to pull him? And then Flacco goes back in and he stinks.
He's going to stink. Well, ain't no if.
1 minute. You just going to keep rotating the same 2 QBs?
Now, Stiana makes a point that I want to piggyback on and ask you, Tasha. She says, now he is the one that needs to stay focused and humble until a new team comes calling. Cleveland doesn't deserve him. I agree with that 1,000%, and so does AP Colton. She agrees with you 1,000%. But I want to take this question here because that was right in the script, Stiana. Good job by you. Shedeur made the national news again this week when they were talking to him about the quarterback room situation, and he mimed his answers. That was bizarre. Tasha, is he hurting his own case by doing stuff like this? To her point, staying focused and humble, was that a focused and humble move?
He was focused, but I don't necessarily call it very humble, if I may say that. Mm-hmm. Again, given what Rex Ryan said, I would probably be that.
Can you elaborate on that? Because a lot of people may have missed that part of this
Rex
story.
Ryan was on national TV talking about he runs his mouth too much. Maybe he sits in the front of the front row when it's time to study. Maybe he wouldn't be in this situation. First of all, you need to shut the fuck up.
Really though, but keep going.
Because first of all, you're not. Either someone in there is leaking him, and I just saw this on somebody's podcast. They was like, how does he know that he's not in the front row? Yeah.
Oh, who was that? It was Cam Newton that said that. How does he know?
How do you even know where he's sitting in that room? So either someone
and what it's insinuating.
Right. What it's insinuating. Either somebody's leaking information or you out here making up shit, and that's slander.
And that's what Cam was alluding to, that nobody told you that he was sitting in the back.
That's slander.
Right. His mom thinks so. His mom took to Twitter, Shedeur's mom, and called him evil and cancerous.
Right. And it's like, y'all sitting up here letting him get wrecked. And again, these new young ends, these young cats, they ain't going. They not going for that.
They not built. They ain't no yes or master.
But I do. I mean, I thought it was funny that he did that. But I just wish he could have, instead of pantomiming, just saying, "Hey, you know, it is what it is. I'm here to do a job. I'm waiting for my chance," and leave it at that. But I like how petty he was with it. But I don't know what the Cleveland Browns as an organization is doing, and I don't think they know. Because I still can't believe they gave a quarterback with all those allegations. And like I said, I'm going to say it. 1 or 2, okay. You got more than 3, you did something.
You did it. You did it.
So
you got 22 of them, you did it.
So y'all the fools for even paying him.
Now, Martrice loved the petty level of it, which Martrice, that's pretty on brand because you love what Cam Ward said as well. So Martrice is staying consistent in the chat. She's standing 10 toes down on business. I was just like, what do you like? I was confused. I was like, Cam, what are you doing? I thought my phone was messed up. Like, why can't I hear him? What's he doing?
I did that too when they were first playing, and here I am talking about some.
Did anybody else like do their phone like with the volume on off? I was like, oh.
I was like, did my sound go out?
But see, the thing, what it does though is, in all seriousness, it gives credence to the Rex Ryans of the world who's using Shedeur to get viral clips.
But again, why are they even talking to him? He's third string. We know why, but why are y'all wasting y'all time? Y'all trying to get clickbait.
But you said this the day after the draft that this is what was going to happen. You said this was going to happen.
Use him for clicks and likes.
You said this was going to happen. You said it. He hadn't even showed up in Cleveland yet, and you said the NFL and the Browns are already putting this guy out here like he's the number 2 overall pick of the draft.
His jersey was like the top selling jersey, and he's a third string quarterback.
A third string. You can go to any sport and not see that happen. Maybe Jeremy Lin.
That was drafted 5th round because we know he was not a 5th rounder.
Yeah, they know exactly what they're doing. AP, they're gonna milk this. You're being some fake ass Jerry Joneses, but at least Jerry is trying to win. He makes missteps, but he does try to win. Cleveland's not even trying to win.
But this also goes back to they were saying how he didn't want to go to Baltimore. You would have had your shot, and that alludes to what Steve said. Tom Brady didn't become Tom Brady without getting a shot.
Yeah, but
I mean, I'm not saying he's Tom Brady.
No. And it's not even on the Tom Brady part. That he's right, because he will be slated to start this week, and he would have got to showcase his talents, and there is that part of it. But I don't begrudge him for not wanting to go behind Lamar Jackson.
No, because unless it's something God
career
forbid,
ending, yeah.
Lamar ain't coming up out of that position. Ain't nobody unseating him.
And Lamar is going to be the face of that franchise for the next 10, 15 years. He could possibly have a longer career than Shedeur, with Shedeur coming in right now. Lamar can still have a longer football career than him. You will never be the starter in Baltimore. Never. I ain't never started you over Lamar Jackson. I don't care if Lamar Jackson got a bum hamstring and one eye is sewed shut. I'm gonna run with with Lamar on that. Tell them folks you sick of them without saying the word. Yeah, pretty much. Pretty much. But I'm gonna roll back to what Stiana said originally, was just stay humble and just wait your turn, because Dylan Gabriel is gonna wet the bed. He might wet the bed over here in London. We might see. The worst thing that can happen to Shedeur is that Cleveland goes to London and beats Minnesota. That's the worst thing that can happen.
And it's cold and drabby in London. You don't want to walk around smelling like piss. But then they beat up the other quarterback and they beat the backup Minnesota quarterback.
Beat his ass.
Ireland.
They took his chain too, didn't they?
And if you out here smelling like pee, they really gonna beat your ass.
Why is he smelling like pee?
You said he couldn't wet the bed.
Oh. All right. Folk love them some Lamar in spite of him not winning a big game since 19 and 32. Since you know what? We're not gonna rehash that. Tasha, it's time for our picks. Dallas Jets, who you got?
Damn.
Does Aaron Glenn get his first one against them boys?
The fact that I even have to think about this is alarming.
And you do have to, because Dallas, this is a total Dallas spot to wet the bed back to pissing on themselves.
I'm gonna go for the Jets because I think AG is gonna get them. I like what he's doing there. They don't really look bad.
They should have won that game against Tampa Bay.
They
should have beat Pittsburgh.
Yeah, they actually look good, but I mean, it was the JETS messes. So anything coming up from what they were, but they actually look good.
They look like what you wanted the Titans to look like without a win.
Yes.
Like at least they're competitive and they're showing some fight and some promise. Tampa Bay versus Seattle, 2 3-1 teams. This should be a good game.
Mike Evans is still out, ain't he?
He is. This is a tough one. I think it's in Seattle.
Yeah, I'm gonna take the bitches Northwest.
I'm gonna go with Tampa Bay on this one, but I don't have much confidence in that one. The New York Giants versus the New Orleans Aints.
Damn. Damn.
Hey, they got their own version of Hall of Notes now with Jackson Dart and old Scatterboo.
Damn. I'm gonna go with
the Giants. Who you going with? Okay, we both going with the Giants. All right. Baltimore versus Houston in the Wee Ass Bowl.
I'm gonna go for Houston simply because they need it more.
I'm gonna go with Houston because ain't no Lamar Jackson.
You know what?
And Baltimore's defense can't stop nobody. Like,
that is true.
Stop somebody.
And the Texans defense ain't bad.
Take the over with Nico Collins this week, y'all. If y'all do y'all daily fantasy bets, and in the big one tonight, Tasha, one that really got our gander when we was at Pearl Cone High. Miami and Florida State renew their rivalry in a game that matters again. College football is just better when the Miami Florida State game. Yeah. All right, Chief Tasha Wahoo. All right, Florida State. I'm taking Miami. I'm taking the fighting Michael Irvins, the fighting cocaine straws.
You know what?
Whew.
When he was out here doing this before they even came out with the memes, I said, boy, that's the most allegedly the most coked up.
No, Tasha, I think we can move past allegedly. We all like we got you, Mike. We got you, Mike.
What you say when his nostrils be like, damn?
We tired, boss. We calling in sick today, boss. How many PTO days we got left? Damn. It's hot in here. Why is it so hot? Anybody got a Kirby cleaner?
What's that?
We tired, boss.
We tired. He was listening to jazz.
Right, they see that white dust coming. They're like, oh.
Like, damn. Wait a minute. Oh, it ain't our usual. That's smoke from the machine.
Right.
That's smoke from him cranking.
The hardest working men in America are Michael Irvin's nostrils. Bridge over troubled waters. Good morning, Ms. Hastings. Good morning. Michael's still on that powder because yeah. And he's getting the pure because obviously he ain't getting none of that fentanyl in his because he's still hyped up.
He getting that one from them ships that Trump claimed carried dope from Venezuela. That's where he getting his from.
Stephanie, good morning to you. That's Tasha. That's Tasha.
That ain't me.
Good morning, Andre. Good morning. Denise says, R.I.P. Kyle Lacey.
Yeah, man. You know
he was innocent, wasn't he?
They came out with the reports and the video footage that showed that Kyron Lacey was nowhere near.
See, and we're about to get into T-Sizzle's top 5 and close the show. But this is where I want to take a minute to say, hold on. Even when the devil looked like he got you, and I'm being totally serious right now, hold on. If he would have just held on, God was about to vindicate him. Okay, yeah, you would have missed one season of football, but But once that video evidence comes out, you just get back in shape and let's do it again next week. The Titans could have used you. Would have brought you on in with open arms. Give Cam some help.
Saying all of that, we still don't know the real reason behind it.
You're right.
We don't.
You're right.
Because there were allegations that he had arguments with family members. We don't know what actually happened. Anytime someone young and promising feels like that's their last step. I mean, they're saying allegedly that they don't think that that's what it was either. They say that something else happened, but come on, we just gonna keep it a buck. When I see promising people like that take that step, that saddens me.
It does.
Because he had a life to live, a life to, he was flourishing. Mm-hmm. And like you said, if you just would have held on, but I mean, it goes back to my same thing. When I was saying, I said, if this happened, why do they keep driving off? Well, now we see why he drove off, because it didn't have nothing to do with him.
It also was a cold bucket of water over me as we do content, to always be careful with our words when these allegations first come out. There's the kid that just got signed by Cleveland, Isaiah Bond, how he was talked about before. And is it Isaiah Bond?
That's the one from Texas, right? That had allegations of some sort of sexual assault.
And it wasn't true.
And again, the media is all, and y'all know, I can say this because I'm a woman. Sometimes I am a misogynist.
I call her the end with no nuts, but keep going.
When you constantly have these allegations where women are saying these men are doing such and such to them, not victim blaming. And if y'all think I'm victim blaming, I don't give a fuck. Everything needs to be examined before you start casting judgment. Look at Xavier Worthy. When he got arrested for alleged domestic assault, and then you find out his girlfriend did everything because he caught her cheating with somebody else.
Yep. Earl Thomas on line one.
Right. And you men need to be a little more cautious when it comes to who you're dealing with. Because wait a minute. Because this happens. And what I tell women, keep your hands to yourself. And if a dude tell you no, get going, move, or whatever, do it. Because they're looking to end your careers.
Tasha, the only reason why I said no right then is because I just want to go back to something that you said at the top of the show in the cleanest way. Sometimes the glove just loses all your senses of
right.
And it's been that way since the beginning of time. And I'm not even saying that jokingly or anything of that nature, but that's a powerful tool. I'll just say that, and we'll keep it classy in regards to what we're talking about. But to Martrice's point, anybody watching this, reach out to someone if need to. If you just got to reach out to me and Tasha, Natasha may be like, you was dead wrong for what you did, and you need to be accountable, but she going to love on you after that. Like, right. Call it. If you need to talk to one of us. I'm going to
tell you the truth. Like, I just say for men and women, you got to be careful with who you choosing to deal with.
Yeah. Soul ties are a real thing, and Natasha has said this so many times in private.
These IG girls, y'all go on there, y'all scrolling, y'all clicking, then a DM is being sent back and forth, and then you find out she's crazy, and she done got you caught up, you done got a baby with her.
But she's been, to your point, she's been groomed. She knows what she's doing, and she's going to put it on you.
What's his name that just got cut by the Texans that played in Philly that was bumping his gums?
And CJ Gardner-Johnson.
And they were saying that he allegedly, but I believe it was true, tried to get some boys to rough up Malik Neighbors over a Insta thought who he got babies with. Like, come on.
That's a powerful tool. That if it brought down Samson, it could bring you down too, brother.
It's 1,000 of y'all to it's 1,000 of them to y'all one. It's more of these cookie cutter, fake booty, filter, augmentation body bitches on Instagram than it is y'all. Y'all are the elite of the elite. You can choose and have a top quality, a top caliber woman. What's the Sports Center host? Her husband plays for the Kansas City Chiefs. Come on, dude. Y'all can get these type of women.
I saw on a documentary, and it might have been the Broke documentary where they kind of alluded to this.
That's our favorite one.
Yeah, there's this pervasive mindset in the locker room of one-upping, and that competition is not just between the lines, to where if your wide receiver in your wide receiver room has an Instagram model, you can't just show up with the girl from HEB.
Right.
Like, and that's how that environment gets fostered, where you have one woman who could be with multiple dudes from different teams and still, because of that pressure to not pull up in a Toyota Camry.
And they don't care, because I've seen some athletes say, oh, well, she looked better with me. She don't. She looked the same. And you look like a fool because she got a baby by this ninja. She got a baby by this, and now you finna wife her up.
Jarrell, we're gonna close the show on this. What's the old saying? If God made anything better than Coochie, he kept it for himself. Tasha, who are your top 5 football rivalries?
Oh, I just did overall. I didn't do football.
Okay, well, just go with what you got.
Okay, I got Man U and Man City. That's for you guys who like football.
Okay.
Of course, the Yankees and the Red Sox. Who else did I have? Of course, you know who. The game. They don't call it a game for the game for no reason.
Right.
That would be us. Wait a minute. Who? Oh, shouts out to Kenny and his dad for this. UNC and Duke.
Yep.
Which I root for UNC during basketball season. And who else did I? Oh, I had Roger Federer and Rafa Nadal.
Yeah. They got down. Good job. Good job with your top 5. Top 5 football rivalries. I had the game, Iron Bowl, Texas versus OU, Army Navy / Notre Dame versus USC, and Miami, Florida State, who kicks off tonight. And you got the Canes, I got the Canes, I got the Cocaines, and you got the Florida State Seminoles. Tasha, who you shouting out this week?
You know, I always be having shout outs, but then I forget. But shouts out to the beautiful island of Puerto Rico, who showed us all sorts of hospitality. Shouts out to Bad Bunny, and I love how everybody got their panties up in their asshole, and I hope he performs every song in Spanish. And if you guys are not hip to Bad Bunny, you should have been hip to him. And I was listening to him long before I moved down here. But shouts out to Bad Bunny, Benito, for getting that Super Bowl halftime, and I hope it makes a certain sect of people angry as all fuck.
Well, your hope is granted because they are angry. I want to give a shout out to our co-hosts, Michigan Mike and Stacy, who are celebrating their 5th anniversary this week. I want to give a shout out to my nephew Kenny Man. Went to the doctor and they did a scan and there's no cancerous cells in his body. Watch God do it.
When they got there, the stone was rolled away.
Right, on that third day. Also want to give a shout out to Stirred Up Gifts and Creations for the swag. Make sure y'all follow her. I'm looking forward to getting some winter gear. She says she got some stuff coming in the mail to us. But Stirred Up Gifts and Creations, you actually had your boy doing his thing down in the coast, down in Mexico. Speaking of Bad Bunny, he's Puerto Rican. Speaking of Mexico, I mean, you Stirred Up Gifts had me doing my thing. Yay, Kenny, yes. Yes. Martrice, drop your link so everybody who checks in can see it under the newest comments. But you got me looking clean out here. I'm loving it. To Denise, shout out to all the Libras. When Libra season. She says also, for those who don't know, TSU pep rally, you know you have to pay for a ticket. Really? We down that bad up in Nashville?
They ain't got no damn money, and they finna milk it for everything it's worth because they playing Howard.
Oh, really? Howard? Nice. Y'all Negroes get down there to the game. Put some
Go
bucks
to
in
the
the
game
stadium.
and don't just sit outside.
Hey, Martrice has reached 9 years in remission. I love y'all so much for constantly supporting me. Yes. AP Culture, if you're on here, you said go blue. How long have you been in remission? We got
Steph up there. I should have put on
the we got some survivors going on in this chat. Yeah, look, these are real goosebumps, by the way, y'all. These are real goosebumps. This is now y'all be getting on my teams, and I'll be mad at y'all for an hour a day. But y'all some praying warriors up in here. You know what I'm saying? I'm loving the love. And shouts out to Hell State. Go ahead so we can get out of here. My Michigan Wolverines about to play.
Y'all, shouts out to a school that I spent a whole lot of damn money on. Clanger today is up against Texas A&M with the quarterback of A&M being the son of the former TSU football team, Ed Reed. His son Marcel is the quarterback, but I can't root for him today. It's all about that clanger.
Hey, y'all look a whole lot better than y'all did last year. I think that new coaching staff is doing a phenomenal
They
job,
should
and
have
y'all
won
had
that
Tennessee on
Tennessee
the ropes.
game, but they got lemon booty towards the end.
Yes, we're Steph. How long you in remission? We got 6 years for AP coaching. We got 9 years for Martrice Hastings, and we got a couple of weeks for Kenny. Man, like this is a group of survivors, y'all. I love it. I love it. I love it. God has the final say as we see the hands going up. I love it. I love it. Tasha, get us up out of here on this high note.
Vamos Azul, even though this is in maroon, hell, it still goes the same. It's a maze out today in Ann Arbor.
It's amazing out. I'm just nodding and smiling. Me too, Steph. And love from me to you, from Tasha to you. We out of here. Go Blue. Let's get that win for homecoming. Peace.